these last points too accurate for sand people? Only Imperial Stormtroopers are so precise.
Today, we count every shot in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. After doing this with A New Hope, we saw how terrible the Stormtroopers' accuracy actually was. So we'll continue it into this next movie, seeing if their accuracy can possibly get any worse. But with my recollection, it's going to do exactly that. If there are any other series or movies that you'd want me to do other than the Star Wars franchise, of course, comment that down below. Like and subscribe if you do enjoy, and let's get into it. With Empire Strikes Back, the whole Star Wars universe expanded, which means more problems for me, because there's a lot more scenarios we have to deal with in the coming films. But we'll still use my 3-rule system to determine the Stormtrooper accuracy in this movie, with a few caveats, of course. The first rule being, they have to be a Stormtrooper. And while in Episode 4, I counted the other Imperials because, based on lore, they definitely got Stormtrooper training sometime before they are promoted to that position, but we will not be counting Boba Fett because he isn't, in fact, a Stormtrooper, and even if I did, it would barely change the results. He literally took one shot in this entire movie. And secondly, I will be counting the E-Web cannon, since it's not a vehicle like the AT-AT, and you can directly see the Stormtrooper aiming it. This will count to their overall score. But again, it doesn't affect it that much. The Millennium Falcon easily disables it in the scene that it's used. Rule number 2 being we have to see a direct kill for it to count, or a direct hit on the target they're trying to actually hit will remain the same throughout every single one of these videos. And for rule number 3, I will once again be using the system where I count what I saw in the shot before, and if I see the result of that blaster shot, I will not count any extra until I see over the number that original Stormtrooper shot before it panned over to the heroes. The last part of the foundation is where we left off in the A New Hope video, giving us our final percentage shots and actual hits from that movie, which we will combine with what we tallied up for this movie to find their total percentage over the first 2 films of the original trilogy. Out of 390 total shots, they only hit 11. 4 were actual kills, 1 was a stun on Princess Leia, and the other 6 were hitting the Millennium Falcon, which boosted their score just a bit. Our first scene in Empire Strikes Back is when Han, Leia, Chewie, and the rest of the gang escape Hoth from the Empire, and there was only a total of 9 shots here, which was pretty low, but I expected this to have much less than the others. With that said, I couldn't confirm any hits on the Millennium Falcon despite the Stormtroopers shooting directly at it, and with that, we get a total accuracy of 0%, but since this is only the beginning, they have a lot of time to make it up. The second scene involving Stormtroopers firing upon our heroes jumps all the way to Cloud City, because most of Empire Strikes Back is just the heroes flying around and Luke on Dagobah. He senses his friends are in danger and follows them to Cloud City, being led into the trap by Boba Fett and a couple of Stormtroopers. Not counting our masked Mandalorian, this adds another 13 shots to the count, and once again, they still have hit nothing, which leads our percentage to still be at 0%, which is really looking bad for our Stormtroopers up to this point, because there's not much movie left to cover. After Han is frozen in carbonite, Lando gets his troops to save the rebels and himself, and then they go for one last chance to try and save him. And this, after they fail and Boba Fett escapes, Stormtroopers come from behind and they have to battle for their survival. This adds another 14 shots because it's rather quick, but again, the Stormtroopers have hit nothing up to this point, which is very disappointing, and we only have one scenario left for them to gain any kind of positive rating here. It's looking really bad at this point. With only 14 shots and a 0% accuracy, we enter the final scene of Episode 5. Our final scene in Empire Strikes Back is once they try to escape after failing to save Han Solo. This final scene involving the Stormtroopers raises the count by a significant amount, being more than the total of the last 3 combined with 57 shots. And out of these, they're actually able to hit 3. And guess how? Of course, it's the Millennium Falcon, because they can't seem to hit anything else unless they're shooting at it as it flies away. They land 3 shots there, giving us a percentage of 5.26%. Will these 3 hits be able to save their accuracy? Well, we'll have to find out in the results. In Episode 5, we begin with the Rebels escaping from the Imperials on Hoth, and this adds a quick battle of 9 shots before the Millennium Falcon blasts away, and the Stormtroopers hit 0, giving us a 0% accuracy up to this point. We then jump all the way forward to Cloud City, where we add another 13 shots, giving us 22 up to this point, and they still manage to hit 0, while Luke is lured into the trap by Boba Fett and the Imperials. As our heroes try to save Han Solo, they are unable to, but have a quick firefight, resulting in another 14 shots, giving our current total up to 36. The Stormtrooper accuracy still resides at 0%, which is not looking good at all. In the final scene where Leia, Chewie, Lando, and the droids escape on the Millennium Falcon from Cloud City, we add 57 shots, which is a whopping number for this certain scenario, but compared to A New Hope, it's basically nothing. They managed to get another 3 on the Millennium Falcon, bringing our final tallies to 93 total shots and 3 total hits. The accuracy of the last section at 5.26% is brought down by the other 3, resulting in Episode 5's total accuracy to be about 3.23%, which may surprise you because that's actually higher than A New Hope. But this is clearly due to them taking so much fewer shots and just hitting a couple once again on the Millennium Falcon. Our total percentage from episodes 4 and 5 will actually raise from that 2.82%, resulting in a 2.85%. Barely any increase, but helped by the low numbers of Empire Strikes Back. They've only hit 14 total shots, 9 being on the Millennium Falcon, 1 being a stun on Princess Leia, and 4 confirmed kills. Going into Episode 6, this is not looking good. Well guys, that's going to do it for the video. If you did enjoy it, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It was fun continuing this on from my A New Hope video, and despite the low numbers, I cannot wait. Well, that's not exactly how I'd put it. I'm cautiously optimistic for the Battle of Endor in Episode 6, because that's going to be a hassle to count. But I'll get that done sometime soon. I have some other content ideas, more Halo, more other stuff. You'll see that coming soon. But with that, I don't have anything else. Again, like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and see you guys next time.